Hey everyone, I am working on something a little different today. The air compressor at my house stopped working, and I knew it was kind of going out over the last several days because when it would pump up, it sounded like the motor was really struggling, and then it eventually stopped entirely. And I'm pretty sure that either the motor went bad or the motor brushes have failed. This unit's about 20 years old. I've used it pretty consistently throughout its life. But when you plug it in, nothing will happen. And it is on. And I unplugged it, but just to show you for sure that it's not one of the switches or pressure switches or anything. I'm going to put one end of the meter in there, and then I will plug it in, and that is the lead that goes out to the motor. And you can see we got 120 volts. So we're going to unplug it again. We're off. And while I would really like to just be able to pop this motor out, it is not that easy. This motor and the whole pump assembly is all attached together, so we're going to have to disassemble it. And I apologize for some of the background noise. It is a beautiful day out today, which is why I'm working out here, but it seems like all of my neighbors are working out in their yard. No, there's... I think that's all that's going to be needed for that connection. I think that's free. Yep, that's free. And then there are 3 bolts way down here. And hopefully they're not bolted on the other side, but I don't think they are. There's one. theory, this should just lift right out. Alright, let me go get a screwdriver to remove that ground strap, and I'll be right back. Alright, spin you around for a better angle. Okay. So let's pop this little cover off. If it lets us. It's interesting, it won't let us. Because it gets narrower on the top and bottom here, and it's not allowing it to pass by the fan blade. How does this motor actually mount? There it is. Screws on the left and right side. So there's screws into the block here, screw into the block here, and I also can't get to those screws with that cover on. So we'll just use some force. We are indeed bending the blade, but I don't think this motor is salvageable anyway, so. That armature looks pretty rough. Interestingly, there is a fuse in here. The fuse is still good. this fan must have been installed after the fact. I was not expecting that. The front of this is actually the front bearing and housing for the motor. So this motor ain't coming out. Grab a screwdriver. I want to check something. Actually, no, I could use a screw here. Nope, can't. It's too thick. Be right back. All right. Yeah. Those motor brushes. Yep. The wire went down to the very bottom of the housing. So yep, basically after 20 years of use, the motor brushes wore out. Yep, that's the one that's completely gone. Look at how little's left there. This probably should come out to where like the end of the screwdriver is. So, yeah, unfortunately there's not going to be any real repairing this, I don't think. I could hack some new motor brushes in, but I don't think I'm going to do that. What I'm thinking the fate of this is going to be is I might just delete the pump entirely and use this as an air storage tank. Alright, so we are back to working on my compressor, and what I decided to do is turn this into just an air storage tank. So what I did is I removed the old pump and motor and all the hosing that went into the tank, and had I known, apparently what went into the tank there was a check valve, and had I known that, I would have probably tried to leave that there and adapt the existing piping into that, but I didn't, so I ended up going on eBay and getting a different style of check valve, and that's what this is. It's got the arrow for the direction. So this is just a 1/2-inch pipe thread, so my plan is to use some galvanized pipe just to thread a 90-degree elbow and a pipe nipple into the base here for starters. This is a bit of tight quarters here. And I think this is about the extent of what I can tighten it. And my original thought was I was hoping to go out this end here, to have it point straight through, but it'd be really difficult to get fittings and stuff installed through there. So what I think I'm going to do is just drill a hole in the plastic here and have the inlet over there. Right. Hopefully that'll be tight enough. So now the goal is to drill a hole where this will fit through. And this is also going to be kind of tricky because it's at an angle. But let's see what we can come up with. And I'm going to use a hole saw. We're going to go a lot bigger than needed just because of the angle. Alright, so next we want air going in, so we're going to put the fitting like this. That's a tight fit, but it's working. Let me actually grab a wrench for that particular fitting. Alright. Okay. We have that. So now I just need to put an air inlet fitting on that. Got my air inlet fitting. And put the Teflon tape on. So you always want to wrap the Teflon in the direction of the threads that you're tightening. So in this case we're going clockwise. If possible, I find it helps to hold whatever you're wrapping the Teflon tape in and pretend that you're screwing it in. Take my tape and fold it over the edge so it's easier to grab and start next time. And here we just thread this in place. So I'm leaving all the other gauges and everything intact. This has the pressure relief system still built in, so you can't exceed the original tank PSI, which on this tank was 125 PSI. So this should be a fairly safe air storage tank. And I'll have to get a compressor to actually pump this up and see if it holds air. So I just want to do a quick update on the air tank that I modified. I got a new compressor and I pumped this up to about 100 psi a couple days ago, and it is holding pressure. So originally when I first did this, I did have a leak. It was coming from this fitting, so I used some Megalock thread sealant on that. I found that stuff works really well when you have a leak. Usually the Teflon tape's enough, but in this case it wasn't. So yeah, once I took care of that, it's been holding pressure great. So yeah, I just wanted to show you an update, and thanks for watching, everyone.